Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been a while since I uploaded a tutorial, but then I am back with a very simple, very quick headband tutorial. This headband was made with a star stitch, and yeah, it is a very interesting stitch because if you get bored easily while crocheting, this will keep you interested to keep you interested because you go back and forth, and it's just the repeat of 2 rows, and you have something to put your mind at while you are crocheting. So yeah, it's very easy. You need just one ball of Yeye to make this headband, and it's just so really beautiful, and it doesn't take much of your time actually to make. So let's get started. So for this tutorial, guys, I'll be using this ball of Yeye yarn. It's an acrylic yarn and it is 50 grams. I'm using it in this chocolate color. One ball of yarn should be enough for this headband. Then the next thing we'll be needing, of course, is our hook. This is my 3.5 crochet hook, and as you can see, it's been through it has seen better days. So we'll be using 3.5 crochet hook. We'll be using the darning needle and tape measure also. So let us get started. So because Yeye is a very thin yarn, I'll be doubling my strands, and the first thing we'll do is make a slip knot. Make a slip knot just like that and chain as long as 23 inches, because when you measure the circumference of your head, it is normally 23 inches. So you have to make a chain that can stretch up to 23 inches. So I'll let you know how many chains I did to get to 23 inches. So right here I have 90 chain stitches, and when I measure it like this, I get up to 22 inches, but when I stretch it, you can stretch to 25 even. So it is alright like that. 90 chains. After you've made your 90 chain stitches, then we'll go into the second chain from the hook and insert our hook, pull up a loop just like that, and then the next one, making 3 loops on our hook, the next one making 4 loops, the next one making 5, and then we'll go into the very next one to make it 6 loops on our hook, just like this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then we'll yarn over and pull through all the loops just like that. Then we'll chain 1 to close up that. And as you can see, the pattern is already forming. You can see this little flower part here. So the next thing we're going to do is insert our hook. This is where it gets kind of tricky. We insert the hook inside this space here, pull up a loop, making 2 on our hook. Then at the bottom part here, into the last loop we pulled for this previous one, we'll insert the hook there and pull it up. Then in the chain stitch where we worked the last loop in, we pull up that also. Now we have 4, so it remains 2, and in the next 2 stitches we pull up loops just like this. So we have 6. Then we pull through everything, and that is how the star stitch starts to form. I'll do that one more time. Inside this hole here, you pull up a loop at the bottom of the stitch. Right here, insert your hook, pull up, then into this last chain that we've worked in previously, you insert your hook, pull up a loop. Then in the next 2 stitches, you insert and pull up loops to make it 6 loops on your hook. Then you pull through everything, then you chain 1. So keep repeating that until you get to the very end of your work here, and I'll meet you right back. I've made it up to the very last end here. I have 3 stitches left, so I'm just going to complete my row. Just do the last pattern here. And I'm going to have 1 more stitch left, and it's completely fine. I can just ignore that. So pull up a loop through everything and chain 1. Now for the next pattern, for the next row, we will turn our work to the back, and in this very first hole here that we see here, we'll make 2 half double crochets. So make 2 half double crochets in that very first hole, and then in the next hole that you see right here, make another set of 2 half double crochet. Then we're just going to continue doing that all the way to the end. So 2 half double crochet in each hole you see. I have gotten to the very last stitch here, the very last hole, and I'm going to make my 2 half double crochets in it. And as you can see, there's a bulge here, and what we're going to do is make a slip stitch there. So insert your hook here right at the end of the pattern here. So insert your hook and make a slip stitch just like that. We have completed our second row here, and this is what you have after the second row. You can see the pattern is already forming. You already have this little flower parts here. Now to move on to row 3. For row 3, we are going to chain 3, turn our work. Now insert your hook in the second chain from the hook and pull up a loop. In the other chain also pull up a loop, so you have 3 chains on your hook like that. In the slip stitch we made below right here, pull up a loop also, so we have 4. And in the next 2 stitches to make it 6 loops on our hook, so yarn over, pull through all, and then chain 1. So this is similar to our first row. Then the next thing we're going to do, like we did for row 1, insert our hook in the middle here, pull up a loop, and in the last loop that we made below, pull up a loop. In the last stitch that we put our hook in, pull up another loop. So we have 4 loops here. To make it 6, we're just going to pull up 2 more loops like that to make it 6. So yarn over, pull through all. So just continue repeating this till you get to the very end of your row. Alright, so I've gotten to the end of this row, and I'm just going to complete my stitches, and I have just 2 half double crochets left, and I'll pull loops out of those 2 half double crochet to make it 6 on the loop. And that is the end of my row 3. So one thing you should note is that You must always have 6 loops on your hook before you yarn over to pull through everything. And at the end of this row, you must not have any stitch left. If you have any stitch left, then that means this row 2 is not complete. So you should go back and check if you actually put 2 in each hole here. So those are things you should note. You should always have complete stitch here, no stitch left out, apart from the one I kept here. So it's really not relevant since it's not part of our pattern. So the next thing for row 4 is we'll turn our work. It is the repeat of row 2, and we will make 2 half double crochet in that very first hole, 2 half double crochets, and we'll keep making half double crochets in each hole that we see here all the way down. So 2 half double crochet, make sure you put 2 and it's all complete. Just like this. This is the next hole, so I'll keep putting 2 until I get to the end, and I'll meet you right back. I have gotten to the end of this row, and I will just make a slip stitch at the very top of that bump and chain 3. So basically this is what our fourth row looks like. Can you see? This is what it looks like. When I measure it, the 4 rows give me 1.5 inches. Can you see that? So we're going to continue repeating row 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 until you get to at least 5 inches, like this, until your headband is as wide as this. So keep repeating these rows, and if you've forgotten any row, just go back and watch it again. So we've chained 3 stitches here. We've made 3 chains, 1 2 3. So in the second one, we'll pull up a loop. In the third one, pull up a loop. In the slip stitch, pull up a loop. In the 2 half double crochets, pull 2 loops, and we have 6 loops. Then yarn over, pull through everything, then chain 1. So complete this row, continue making it, and when you have 5 inches, I will meet you right back to show you what's next. So I have completed my 5 inches, and it is up to 14 rows. This is 5 inches now, like that. So 5 inches, and when you count each flower pattern, I have 7 here. So each flower pattern consists of 2 rows, so that is 14 rows here now. And basically that is the end for making it back and forth. We just have to join our headbands now. So I have made the slip stitch to complete this row. So I'm just going to chain 1 and tighten up my work. I'm going to make sure I pull a long string here, because that's what I will use to join the headband. So I'm going to pull it, make sure it's long enough, and I will cut the yarn here. So make sure you have a very long string left. So we'll move on to joining our headband and making that X join now. What we're going to do is take your darning needle and feed the yarn into the darning needle like this. Just like this. And this floral pattern is the front side of our work, is the right side. So you will turn it inside out like this. Make sure the wrong side is facing you, and then you make sure you put the ends of this like this, the ends of the work together. So you just take in between you put the other end in between this end, just like this, and fold the other end like this. I hope that makes sense, basically. So just sandwich both ends together. Make sure you catch every side of it. Yeah, just like this. So I had to switch it to the one that has the long strand outside. So I'm sandwiching in between this end of the headband. So the one that has the string is outside. So what we'll do is just go back and forth like we are sewing to join this together. Just make sure you go through every layer back and forth. My yarn has come off, but just go through, just sew it back and forth, and I'll meet you right back. Now that I've gotten to the end, I'm just going to look for a way to tie off the yarn. So I'll go through like this, bring it out, and then put it in this loop and pull through. So the yarn is tight and secure that way. I'm just going to do it one more time. Just like that. And I will cut off my yarn. So I'll cut it off. And then we'll weave in this end. After I have weaved in my end, I'm just going to turn it inside out. And yeah, this is our headband. So this yarn, you can also go ahead, I will go ahead and hide it, but physically this is what our headband looks like. You can see the pattern is showing. This is the back, and yeah, and that is all for this tutorial, guys. Just make sure you follow it step by step, and if you have an issue with the star stitch pattern, just go back and slow down the speed of this video to watch it very well. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you want me to make any other tutorial, just make sure you comment down below which tutorial you would like me to make. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye.